My name is Geovanders. Welcome back to my Valheim building world. Old Man Anton asked me if I could build a treasure bunker or hideout with fortifications that is possibly located in the snowy mountains. And so because there is a decent amount of rocks here, I'm going to make a fortress with an underground bunker here. So for the first day that I've recorded, none of the audio was recorded, so I'm going to have to do voiceovers for half of this entire video. So because of that, not everything I say is what I said in the moment. So sorry about that. This is where we are on the map, just a little bit northwest of the bridge build that you guys all seem to really like. And now it's time for me to do some digging.
1 hour later!
So I finished digging around all the rocks, and this part through here was where I was originally gonna have the border be, but because of this gap right here I wasn't able to see the edge of the rock, so I ended up just digging around this rock as well and including it in part of the build. I also found some silver in between the rocks while I was digging. So the plan is to have a pathway underneath the rocks and have the treasure bunker somewhere underneath this rock here. Now I need to dig out underneath the rocks, which I have to be very careful about because one mistake and I can mess up the entire build.
1 pair of pants later.
I have now dug a path underneath all of the rocks. There are a few holes in the rocks, but it should be fine because I should be able to fill them up with stone and dirt. This is where the entrance is going to be for the underground bit. There's quite a few holes over here, but some dirt should be able to fill them just easily. And it also turns out there isn't very much room down here to be able to build a bunker. And I'm going to do some planning and get some framing done for the build.
5 minutes later.
So this is all of the wood and stone that I got from digging. And because I don't have a place to put it, the ocean will become my trash can again. Just like how all the big corporations have taught us to do. It's also so that everyone who plays Draft can have an economy.
2 hours later.
So I finished the planning and the framing on the build, and this build is going to take me a lot longer than I originally expected it to. I made sure that everything is above the rocks when I did the framing so that they don't poke through when I put down the stone on each section. I also built up some of the ground so that the towers can go up higher to where I want them to be. Now I need to put down the outer stone walls.
The next day.
I've completed all of the outside walls I should say, not inside. This is what it looks like. I got a good depth on everything, so I got the these good spikes, boys, and then stuff for all the ballistas to hold on to. This is my experimental side, so like this is where I've been like experimenting with more inside stuff, while everywhere else it's more open, where I've been just working on getting everything completed. But this is how it's gonna look after I put up the inside walls and everything. There's gonna be like some, not necessarily this block, it could also be this one as well. Just depending on how I feel like doing it, or whatever I think I should do. But the ballistas, they will sit in here, they will also sit above as well, which is going to be quite nice. And at a certain point, I made sure there will be some of these, because I was looking at it, and a lot of the stuff didn't look very pleasing to the eye. Like I did this over here first, and I was thinking this is just going to be a big wall, and I didn't want there would just be stone beneath of it. But I think it looks quite good now. And these walls, they took about 5.5 hours to do, which I wasn't really expecting. So this is gonna be my longest time to do a build. But I've been having fun. I've never done a marble castle build before, so I'm experimenting with a whole bunch of new stuff. And I quite like what you can do, because you got these nice peaks. I think there's not enough stuff you can do with the stone, honestly. But the marble is fantastic. So, everything I've done before, everything I've recorded now, it's gonna have to be, all the audio is gonna have to be re-recorded because my mic had its volume set to 0, so I wasn't picking up any audio from that. So if anything sounds like kind of matter of fact instead of me just like rambling on about stuff, that'd be why. Now I'm gonna figure out all of the floors and whatnot, so I could be able to figure out what the walls on the inside is gonna look like.
20 minutes later.
I've now placed all of the iron for the flooring. There's some bits that I connected to the stones below. I don't know how structural that's required to be, but I know that it needs some of these in here. At least it should.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it.
But I don't know exactly which way they needed it exactly, but this one didn't really need it because they're so close to everything else.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't
I don't know, maybe they didn't need it. I'm assuming they needed it in this one at least.
I need it!
20 minutes later.
I've now placed down all of the floor tiles on the castle, the fortress, including the towers where they need to be, because I'm planning on a staircase up here. Now, I'm gonna build the rest of the ballistas and all the outside details.
2 hours later.
So I completed all the outside details, not like the small ones yet. I haven't put up any banners. That's another thing I'm gonna do, like right at the end though.
No. No, I don't think I will.
But I got stairs going up in each of the towers, going around, and I also got some bricks on the inside of each of the towers. And it took a while, but I also loaded up every single one of the ballistas, and I also made sure that there was no ballistas in the way of any of these doors to be able to go up. Oh, it looks like I missed some bricks. Let me just fill those in right now. Well, it looks like something got to one of the ballistas. This is what it looks like. Well, the ballista's back. It was probably, yeah, this one, all of these ones probably need to be repaired. I might want to make a moat. I'll do that at another point, though.
No, I don't think I will.
But now it's time for me to make all the inside and the little path to go to just to get to the treasure room.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
I've now made a single entrance into the inside of here. It's right here in this tower. This is the only tower with an entrance, and it's quite simple, the entrance. You go down this roundabout right here, and then you come down into a maze. I haven't built up all the walls yet because I wanted to let you guys see what the maze is all about. And it's pretty evil, I would say. It's an evil maze. The exit is over here. It's not an easy maze to go through. I even have a, where is it? Over here. There's a second layer to it. This entire second layer is all a decoy. So you see this, you're thinking, oh, the treasure thing must be down here. You come down here, come into here, you can't even see yourself walking through here, and it's such an awful, painful maze to be able to go through. Now the maze, it's not too difficult, I think, I hope, but going down and through here is not the way to go. It's pretty claustrophobic. The under part of this maze doesn't go underneath the hill, but it goes pretty close to the treasure room, and it comes over here quite a bit, and quite a bit over here as well, and it's all very tight, like this in here, the entire under part of that maze. It's pretty awful. And originally, I was making it so, like, say if you come down this way will completely lead to a dead end, but I decided way back over here to unblock this spot right here so you can make it back into here. That makes it so you can go all the way around into any spot without touching this guy again. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully. I also got this little view light in here inside of the maze, which is just gonna be like this. It's a decoy end. So you come into here, you're like, oh, there's mountains and whatnot. Maybe this is the spot I need to go into, but it's really not.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I've now built up all the walls of the maze. I did not do the what's it called? The overlap everywhere on the outside. There's a big hint on where everything is the outside walls do have the overlap. Well, most of the inside, not all of them, but most of the inside walls do not have the overlap. Hopefully I can find my way over there. I know generally which way to go, but it's not like I have it super memorized, it's just kind of memorized. Oh, and I'm already getting lost now. Well, this is my own undoing. Well, I made my way through. I kind of realized that last little bit right there is more tedious than it is, like, decision-based. But this is the next section. This is underneath the maze, and you can see, like, there's the cave way leading off to the treasure room. There's another spot just like that over here, and the way forward is down here. The rest of this is not a maze, it's more like a pathway with some cave bits. And I have some spots just filled up with gold around, and treasure chests. There's some spots that I had to cover up with some stone because they were exposed. And I had put in this little grate right here so you can kind of see out. Continue going down. There's quite a bit of stone over here. There's not a whole lot of room. Here's the other fence or a gate that you can see out of. And it leads up over here and then back down. And here's another spot for gold, and there's some chests with some not a whole bunch of stuff in here, just some trash that I don't really want to deal with. And I was originally gonna have this come all the way down, but it didn't fit very well that way. So I had to come down and do a little loop, and then I put down more and more stuff down as the closer you got to the treasure room. And over here we got this kind of spiral staircase where it kind of turns a little bit, and you come up here and it turns again, and then you got right here. There's no door, but here's the treasure room. You got the marble throne. You got the whole bunch of white and yellow,
Liar!
blue and white decorations all over the walls. And then you got a whole bunch of swords, all the cool swords, and some lame ones as well. You got some really cool bows over here. You got some 4 armor sets, the ones you could ever want or need. You got Groot, you got armor, you got magic, you got stealthy boy, whatever this is. And you got some cool shields, and then a big pile of gold. And the way how I did this is I got wood floors. I put 1 down and then 2 down, and I put some gold over top of that and just kept on stacking it up behind it. And there's plenty of gold in all of this area, as there should be. There's also maces over on this side. So yeah, this entire fortress is simply just to protect this one room, and that's it. That's this entire purpose, is this one room right here. I hope you guys enjoyed me building this this fortress, this really big castle. If you did enjoy watching it, please leave a like and comment down below. I'm sorry how long it took to actually get this episode out. There's more than 16 hours worth of building in here. I don't actually know. It's somewhere between 16 and 20 hours worth of building. So if you enjoyed it, please leave a like down below. I made this for you, old man Anton.
I made this for you!
Comment down below what other builds you would like to see me do. And it'd be fantastic if you gave me a sub sandwich. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.